Hey guys, Richard here with CRG Games, and I'm back with another one of these. Oh, had that backwards. Another one of these AFR Draft booster boxes. So that last box wasn't too bad, but there wasn't anything crazy in it. I mean, we did get a Tiamat, but no old Gnawbone, and that's what we really want. Surprisingly, 36 packs, I only pulled 3 Deadly Disputes. I thought for sure there would be, you know, at least 5 to 10, but there definitely wasn't. So I was a little bit disappointed there. I thought I was going to strike it rich with Deadly Disputes, and I was wrong. So let's crack another one. We'll see what happens. And there we go. Pack number 1, Deadly Dispute. So we're going to put that aside. And again, I'm sorting as I go. Hey, we got a Temple of the Dragon Queen. Awesome. Gretchen Twitch Willow, and a Minsk. So in that last box, we actually got a foil version of that, which was pretty nice. No boo tokens. None of the expensive boo tokens, unfortunately. What did I do with my black cards? Right there. Alright. Thought that was a Containment Priest for a second. So wait a minute, that's not in the set. 1T Malison. Pretty cool. I believe it was a pre-release version of every single rare, and my buddy's got that one, I believe. It's been a little while. Alright. Quick little note, if you are sorting all your cards, the way that you should be sorting is by color first, which goes white, blue, black, red, and green. So that's the way that on the print sheets, WotC prints them in order. And then after that, I think generally it goes non-basic, it goes multicolored cards, and then it goes artifacts. And then after that, you're going to do the non-basic lands and then the basic lands. And that typically rounds it out. And then nowadays there are additional cards because we've got other slots like extended arts, showcases. Those all go in their number slot as well. Like in this one, the showcase cards are in the 300 slot. We've got a Cave of the Frost Dragon. So knowing how WotC prints the cards definitely helps sort them a lot faster, because you can pretty much tell where they're going to go without having to put too much thought into it. And that's why I sort by color here first. We got a Power Word Kill there. Orb of Dragonkind. That last box wasn't too bad, but man, I want to see a stinking what's his name? Old Gnawbone. Hey, Grandmaster of Flowers is pretty neat though. I don't think I've actually pulled this before. This is the Extended Art Planeswalker. He's not on the first page there as far as value goes, so he must not really be worth a whole lot. Still, it's a mythic, and we love mythics. Oh, and also one of the things to note. So when I first started all this, and I was, sorting my cards, yada yada, I always sorted, hey, Eliwick Tumblestrom, Planeswalker. That's 2 Planeswalkers in a row. That's pretty cool. When I was first sorting cards, I would always put all of the artifacts, regardless of what the mana pips were, in the same pile, because I thought they were all treated as artifacts. However, I was wrong. Artifacts that have a colored mana pip are considered to be of that color. So they go directly in the pile with the other cards of that color. And we got an Extended Art Red Dragon there. Technically, the Extended Art, that needs to come out because that is in its own That is in its own, number slot as well. That's number 294. So those are going to come before the showcases, right before the showcases. With all these new sets coming out, honestly, it does kind of get to be a pain when you're sorting the cards because of all the different, number slots and whatnot. And if you want to be as efficient as possible, you got to separate those. You could do it essentially just solely by number, or you could do it solely by alphabetical order. But to be the most efficient, you have to sort in the different slots that WotC has. It's a little bit of a pain, but it's all part of, it all comes with selling, every single card, and not just the rares and, mythics. Got a red dragon there. Minion of the Mighty. Hey, there's our first Boo token. So he's like $1.50 or so, and it's a legendary creature, so that's why that token is a lot more rare to pull. I do have a foil of that card, actually. I was given that as a gift. Still got it. If you're watching, you know who you are, who gave me that. We got a fighter class. And I'm just starting to throw cards at this point, I guess. Alright. Oh, no, still only one Deadly Dispute. Reaper's Talisman. A Vorpal Sword. So this was originally when the set came out, the Buy a Box promo, if I remember right, was a Vorpal Sword. Oh, that's a green. Pretty cool card. I have not used it yet. I don't really play a whole lot of black. The only deck I have currently that has black in it is an Aloro, Ageless Ascetic deck. And I basically run Control and a couple cards that are just kind of goofy, cheesy win cards. We got Limrith and a foil purple worm. Other than that, I really don't play a whole lot of black. Here soon, I am going to be building a new deck, and it is going to be one of my new favorite cards, Hive of the Eye Tyrant. I will grab it here in just a second. I'm going to be building Jolene, the Plunder Queen. This is the greatest Magic card that has ever been printed, in my opinion. I'm waiting for MTG Remy to put out a song or something about Jolene, the Plunder Queen. When I first saw that card, I was like, what the heck? I have to have this. I had not seen it before, and I haven't bought any of the new Commander decks, so I wouldn't have seen it. Got a Bard class. And the first thing that come to mind is the song Jolene. So I'm obviously not a musically inclined artist, so I will abstain from making the music for that. Leave that to the professionals, Paladin class. But I would love for there to be a song that goes with Jolene, the Plunder Queen. And she's just one of the 99 in there. She should be number 1. Evolving Wilds. We'll put that right there. Tasha's Hideous Laughter. And I get that, it's not the craziest card. And it does serve to, boost the rest of the deck, I guess. But Deadly Dispute. I just think it's cool. Maybe we'll get a Jolene, the Plunder Queen Planeswalker one of these days. That would be really cool. Mind Flayer. And I usually don't open draft boosters because they take so long. So many packs. I'm going to have to go back to just doing Zaya Vecna. Just doing set boosters. Hey, this pack has got a couple little bent corners there. That sucks. The other thing I don't really care for draft boosters is they do not have Drizzt Do'Urden. They do not have a list slot. I like to crack for the sake of cracking boxes. Now I understand that draft boosters are not the boxes that you want to crack for value. It's basically the opposite of that. But you never know. You can find good stuff in here. Green Dragon extended art, for example. It's a good way to build up your inventory with basic cards. And that's essentially what I'm doing with these boxes. I'm going to keep the third one just for long-term use. Generally, what I like to do, and what I've started doing at my LGS, is vintage drafts. And I actually call it modern vintage. So basically, anything that's come out within the last decade that isn't, super expensive. There's our other expensive token, Icing Death. Anything that's come out in the last decade that isn't super expensive that we can draft, and I go out and I purchase the boxes on the open market. Try to find good deals on them, and then get all the signups, and then we just go draft. So Saturday we drafted Gate Crash, which was pretty cool, and hey, you got a Dungeon Descent. If I pull anything because I was hosting it, I just put that as prizes. So I did actually pull a whatever the black card is that's worth. Shoot, it was like $22, I think. The 7/7 guy, I can't think of it. But I pulled that. That went as a prize. Hey, Werewolf Pack Leader. I forgot about that card. We had a good time. Unfortunately, I couldn't do the Absent Restored box because they are in the like $400 range. And at that point, the cost for everybody to draft that becomes too high. And it just really doesn't make sense for most people. We got a Zerial, Mythic Planeswalker, and a foil Gelatinous Cube. Very nice. So you can still get decent pulls in these things. The next draft is actually going to be Return to Ravnica, because that is still a box that is relatively affordable, and it's got good cards in it still. Ochre Jelly. And then after that, the draft will probably be Journey into Nyx, because I have a couple boxes of that. And then at some point, we will do Dragon's Maze. I know Dragon's Maze is not worth anything, even still. You can pick up boxes for like $110. You got a Dragon Turtle. But I did not draft that when it was new, and I would like to. Regardless of how good the product is, there's still something to be said about getting to draft it, 10 or 11 or 12 years after the product comes out. Cracking a brand new, fresh box and drafting it. Doesn't matter if the set's bad. It's still fun. True Polymorph and a Black Dragon. Now, Master of Cruelties is the only card I think that's really worth anything in that set, apart from the artificial demand of a Maze's End, mainly because of all the gates and stuff that are coming out in the new set. There's a Deadly Dispute. But a foil Master of Cruelties is something like $45. So it's the chance of making money on that on a box of Dragon's Maze is almost zero. In fact, it might be zero. You would have to pull 2 foil Master of Cruelties and I don't know 4 Maze's Ends to have any chance of profiting on that product. But we're gonna play it. I'm gonna go out and buy one of those boxes. The draft will be cheap because the product is cheap. So many years later, and we'll have fun. The prizes will make up for it for everybody. Iron Golem, Westgate Regent. Still no old Gnawbone. That probably means it's in the 3rd box. And I'm not about to open it to find out. Unless I get lucky and it's in this box. Skeletal Swarming. 2 packs left. We need redemption. It already looks like there is a Evolving Wilds in there. What do we got here? A foil. We got a Meteor Swarm and an Arborea Pegasus. Wrong pile. Last pack. If it's not an old Gnawbone, I'm not opening the 3rd box. It's just not worth it. This will be enough inventory for a little while. It's probably not. Nope. Teleportation Circle and a Mountain. So there we go. There's another box of AFR Draft down. Again, this is all just going to be inventory. When the new set comes out, there may be things in this set that spike. So at $81 a box, I think that the risk is low enough to where it's okay to just crack it, put it in a box. I may wait to actually list it until after the new set comes out. One of the things I'm learning, and I've gotten crushed here recently, when I opened all the Streets of New Capenna boxes, for example, I had, 3 or 4 or 5 maybe Ledger Shredders, some other cards. I think Unlicensed Hearst. I had a handful of those. And what's happening is they are spiking after the set comes out. And I knew that would happen, right? Because after a set comes out, a lot of things drop, and then they raise in value. I just listed everything, and now a lot of those cards, like the Ledger Shredders, I sold at like $12 or $13 a piece. And if you give me 1 sec, Ledger Shredder is now I think it logged me out. Streets of New Capenna. So Ledger Shredder is now $17. So I missed out on $5 a piece in profit. And after fees and stuff, that's probably more like $3 a piece. But when you're paying, $99 a box, you need every dollar you can get. So I think what the right thing to do is, after a set comes out, wait a few weeks to then list the inventory. Because, for another thing, TCG will have enough direct inventory on hand so that you don't have to ship everything out. I talked about that before. When I listed all the Streets of New Capenna inventory, within 24 hours, I had 65 orders to ship out. And it took me a long time. I went through a lot of envelopes. So I'm going to try not to make that mistake again. And of course, keeping on top of the cards that are spiking in the set and stuff. A lot of them are going down. Ledger Shredder is going up. The extended art is $21. I had 1 or 2 of those, I think. And just, in general, keeping an eye on things and holding them just a little bit longer. That way there's additional room to make some profit. So I don't know exactly what the next box will be. We will find that out here soon enough. And until then, I will catch you guys later.